And we are live. Good evening, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem in the Crypto episode 402. Today is Tuesday, May 28th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
At 3-ish.
Except on the holidays.
Except on the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
And today we have a lot of good stories coming your way as I actually fix this browser window to make sure we can get everybody in here. There we go. Boom. Top stories of the day today. Bitcoin officially mainstream as Microsoft adds Excel currency option. Russian state tests blockchain-based application for public administration. KIK is going against the SEC in a crowdfunding effort for $5 million in cryptocurrency. And car racing crypto collectible has been sold for a very high amount in Ether tokens. But first, two things. Do we have a cryptocurrency, a cryptocoin winner?
Oh, yeah. So the winner from last week is, once again, back-to-back, Ryan Cooper.
Boom.
Shout out to Ryan Cooper for your actual comment about our question, which was, which state do you think will enact new utility token rules or legislation? He actually said Colorado, which has also done its own blockchain legislation, much like Montana before it. So we've seen it in Montana, we've seen it in Wyoming, we've seen it in a lot of the states that people ignore. Now they're getting blockchain bills. So shout out to Ryan. We'll be sending those free coins your way, buddy.
Much appreciated, Ryan. And it looks like there's a lag going on too because I haven't seen too many people enter. So we're going to go ahead and continue. But, you know, before we get into these stories today, let's talk about price point right now. I mean, are we officially back in the bull run? Are we back in the bull market right now?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like it. Looks like we have the indicators that show we're back in the bull market. However, really, the FOMO will start if we pass 10K. So that's when we'll really see a bull market. But if we don't get past that point, it may go sideways for a few months here. Remember, during the summer, a lot of times people sell and go on vacation. Kids are out of school. A lot of people don't pay attention to the price. So that could be what's happening coming up on June. Wait to see if we pass 10K.
So we got Bitcoin today, $8,700 looks like, hovering around there. Ethereum, $272. Ripple, wow, if you've been paying attention, the last couple of weeks, it went from 30 cents to 45 cents. So, I mean, you're looking at a 50% gain there. Bitcoin Cash, $437 there. EOS, almost $8. Litecoin, $115.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, the climb has officially began as well, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And also want to throw in there our native privacy coin that we actually promote, CryptoCoin. They're actually up 5% today as well. So, wow. Yeah, everything looking green on the altcoin side. Bitcoin down about 1%, but moving sideways, expected.
All right. Top story, as we mentioned, Bitcoin officially mainstream as Microsoft adds Excel currency option. Before we start, what's going on, Shannon Allen, the P-Man Van? Shannon Allen, we have not received the hoodies yet, but we will be on the lookout. What's going on, Michael Williams?
Wait to rock them.
So yeah, as we can kind of see with the comments coming in, for whatever reason, we got delayed, but who knows. But top story of the day, again, Bitcoin officially is mainstream as Microsoft adds Excel currency option. Wait, who owns Microsoft again? Is it Bill Gates?
I believe it's Bill Gates.
Isn't he in cahoots
young Billy
with Warren Buffett in regards to Bitcoin basically being fake news almost? And now he's adding it to Microsoft Excel. What is going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is another example of how we say Bitcoin is going to basically make people have to change. It doesn't matter if you want to change or if you want to actually adjust. It's going to force you to because too many people use it. And it looks as though Bitcoin has become mainstream now because Microsoft has added the cryptocurrency as a currency option in its Excel spreadsheet program. So for the accountants out there, for those people who deal with Excel sheets all day, Bitcoin is there now.
Now it's official.
Now you actually have to learn Bitcoin accounting, and you can use it on there. So for those people who had that excuse before, that excuse is gone now. It's in Excel. A lot of people use Excel. I know a lot of people are using Google Sheets. I'm sure they'll add it at some point. And this is huge because as far as mainstream acceptance, everybody has, your grandmother has Microsoft Excel, even if she doesn't use it that much. So people are familiar with that name. And now that Bitcoin's added to it, that's great for the space. Great to see.
This is confusing to me because one of the co-founders, and I'm not sure if he's the current CEO. He probably isn't the current CEO any longer, but Bill Gates, the representative of Microsoft, has previously, of course, when Bitcoin first came out, he was all gung ho for it because he is a tech guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once the government gave him a tap on the shoulder, him, Warren Buffett,
all of a sudden, he didn't like it that
JP
much.
Morgan, all those guys, Jamie Dimon over there, JP Morgan, they didn't like it. So it's interesting to see this is now an option that it looks that Microsoft almost kind of snuck into. I haven't seen any big press releases from Microsoft talking about it. But again, this is coming from a company whose leader claims that Bitcoin is nothing, yet he's using it on his platform. So
he's always, as Monique Michelle said, Bill Gates is always lying. And Microsoft as a company, they've actually started developing a digital ID system on the Bitcoin blockchain, which we reported on a week or so ago. And they're also a major investor and backed the Bitcoin futures platform that still won't come out at any time soon. But it is important to note that Bing, which is their search engine, they do block cryptocurrency ads. So, I mean, they kind of give mixed signals right now. And, of course, you can't believe anything Bill Gates says, but they're moving into the Bitcoin space because they don't have a choice. Microsoft Azure has Ethereum blockchain tools on it. I mean, what choice do they have? So they have to move to cryptocurrency. And
pretty good thing here. This is on the bitcoinist.com as well. They're talking about why crypto communities and some tech communities don't trust the big companies, and it's basically saying the modus operandi has been technology becomes popular. Microsoft wishes it thought of the ideal first. Microsoft tries to buy technology with no success. Microsoft creates its own poorly implemented version of the technology. Poorly implemented version becomes the industry standard.
And that's the next step.
That is what we have been seeing. Unfortunately, I mean, we're even seeing this when it comes to trading and exchanges. Gemini saying we're the world's first regulated exchange and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, it's actually a poorly implemented version of doing ICOs and peer-to-peer trading.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff. So something to consider. What's going on? Chris Lejambi possibly said, what's going on, guys? Destination Moon. It sure does look like it. He also said, just picked up several alts on Coinbase. My Bitcoin is safe. I'm not sure how many alts you can get on Coinbase, but definitely want to look around at different exchanges as well. Coinbase is not our de facto.
Make sure you store it on a native wallet.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's going on, Andre Durden? What's going on? For sure, we are live and in the flesh. Let's see. Ryan Cooper in here. What's going on? There we go.
Good to have you, boss.
And yep, Shannon Allen said that CryptoCoin are the final testing the mobile wallets of the Warriors. Come into our Telegram and drop the CryptoCoin address. I will send more crypto. There you go.
There you
just
go,
to see how fast it is.
Just to see how fast it is. Nice.
All right, next story up. Russian state tests blockchain-based application for public administration. Folks, what's even bigger about this story of Russian testing a blockchain-based application for public administration is on Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
Yahoo
Front page
Finance.
news,
Front page. And they actually, it looks like they're running a story from Cointelegraph.
Yeah.
So as we said, when you're permeating Microsoft Excel, Yahoo Finance now, of course they're all over CNBC. It just shows you a sign of things to come. But what's going on in Russian state?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks as though state residents will reportedly be able to do things such as file their taxes on this blockchain-based system called Vostok using the City-In application. So basically, there's a blockchain application that covers the entire city, everything that they need to do in public administration. They use the blockchain for it. So basically a way for them to track you because they also include it. They can verify your identity and also track your expenditures. Two things that are happening right now, but not as fast as it would be on a blockchain. So I think they're doing this. They say that the transparency is what they're looking for. On the government side, I doubt it. It'll basically be us having to be transparent and government still hiding it with private blockchains. But we'll see if they can actually manage it and kind of bridge that gap because most people, they don't know what a blockchain technology is. They just know that, hey, if I got to register my ID and then they track my expenditures and then I can go back and look at it, that's just something I have to do. So if they implement it, we'll see how it works out in Russia. They've got a good amount of news coming out of Russia as far as crypto and blockchain stuff recently. Even though they kind of shot it down before, we knew they were lying too. So, shout out to them for trying it. We'll see if it works. And I think, how many cities is that now that's tried blockchain-based public administration? It's about 5 or 6 now that have tried it. One in, I think, was it Burbank in California, or one of the?
All right, it was a couple.
Yeah, it was a couple out here. So yeah, a lot of cities look to try this as far as using blockchain technology.
And no, someone asked what's going on in Tesla. Tesla asked where is that? It's in the Russian state of Nizhny Novgorod. I can't pronounce it, but you can see here. But what's even more interesting about this, I think this will be the future, hopefully. Yeah. If citizens wake up and do understand the power of blockchain technology, there's no reason for any government, with the exception, of course, of literal dictatorships or oligarchies and stuff, there's no reason for governments not to use, especially a democratic, quote unquote, right? Yeah. Government not to use a blockchain. This is a great example, a great use case of it. Something I would love to see in the United States on a local, state, and federal level, where yes, we can go see everything, that's all the money that's being transacted, even some of the bills and stuff, and not just from your public citizens, but also from the public citizens who work for other public citizens called the government. Well, I would love to see where that $550 billion defense military budget goes.
Was that 20
exactly.
trillion?
Like, how come a hammer costs $3,000? I want to see where the materials were harvested from. You know, I want to see it all. Yeah. And you can see all this through using blockchain technology. You can literally see, using government whatever, where they got the materials from, how much those materials cost, how much that person paid for it, when that money was withdrawn to actually spend on it, you know what I mean? All the way to the taxpayer giving our money to the government, and exactly, well, you say you fixed this road with what pot of money? Well, let's go back and trace it. So I think the Russian state of Novgorod doing this first is amazing. Yeah. And I hope it works out.
Yeah, you know what it's about. It's all about that money. So you got to understand, whenever they implement this, they're trying to save money, because this national blockchain strategy actually says they would generate about $25 billion by using blockchain instead. By over 5 years using this strategy, they can make that amount of money. Every single small local place will start trying to use it, and then of course states, and then on from there to country. So of course, if they can save some money at the same time, more power to them.
Right, and that's the crazy thing. When you look at the numbers, it does save money, a lot of money. But here's the thing: since we're talking about our government and some of the corruption, the problem is that while it will save everybody money, it's going to make those 3 or 4 people, and I mean, I'm sure it's more than that, but for example, it's going to make the few people who are doing the dirty stuff, who are doing the illegal, immoral stuff, and the unethical stuff to make all their side money, it's not going to help them in their cause, which is why they're trying to slow these type of things down. They're like,
they've been hiding so much stuff for years.
You already know. Like, we can't show you all. Yeah. Chris said the people will watch every move in the blockchain, call out suspicious activity. I believe so, because that's kind of the same thing you see now with like whale watching groups and all that stuff on Telegram channels. People actually call out a lot of stuff they see on the public blockchain now, which is Bitcoin. So I think when it comes to government, I mean, I know I would. It'd be like one morning take a 10-minute peek at it and see if anything I'm doing. I mean,
what laws did y'all pass last night?
Right, and of course it wouldn't be like one person might be looking at the whole thing, even though that might be another government agency that actually be helpful to have someone monitoring the blockchain the entire time, which I can see happening in the future. True. But until that happens, it would be almost monitoring the things that matter to you. Like, I might not monitor the national government blockchain, but I might monitor the Los Angeles whatever side of town blockchain.
Yeah,
okay,
the water blockchain.
Right, you get what's going on with the water. What's going on with the water, electricity. I might pay attention to that in my community. So I think it'll be a big thing whenever it comes, right?
Oh yeah.
KIK is crowdfunding $5 million in crypto to help fight the SEC. That is right. Canadian-based messaging app firm KIK has launched a crypto crowdfunding campaign to support a likely court battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over its 2017 initial coin offering. Announced by KIK founder and CEO Ted Livingston and Patrick Gibbs, a partner at law firm Cooley LLP, on the Unchained podcast Tuesday. The campaign is being launched in hopes that a, quote, lawsuit would eventually result in a new Howey test for crypto tokens to determine which ones are security, end quote. Framework thing. Back when we called that the regulations coming, I mean, I want to point that out. We called that for regulations coming actually into 2018 as we jumped into it. For those who listened to us in 2017, during the bull run and all that, we were saying the government was just now becoming keen to how much crypto was worth. And after the holiday break, during that Q4 of 2017, they would come back in 2019 regulations. Excuse me, in 2018. And that's all we saw. But with that, we also said that a lot of these companies, especially people with money already who are trying to mitigate their risk and loss in the crypto community, would almost want regulations or wouldn't fight back. And we saw that with some of these bigger companies. And now some of these companies like KIK, who all of a sudden the SEC is like, oh no, we're coming for you too. We know you did it before we technically made the law legal or illegal. But we're coming for you too. This is why we said no to regulations to begin with, no to government intervention in crypto to begin with, because now not only are you trying to form this lawsuit to save your own company, but you're also forming this lawsuit to go against the entire Howey test, which the SEC uses to basically extort companies out of their money.
Yeah, one test from 80 years ago.
That, I think, is a big undertaking, and I don't think you can complete that with $5 million. Because, again, one of the other things we said on the show before is if you really want to fight back, sue the SEC.
Yeah.
They will loosen their grip so you have a real case against them because it's all about money, right? But $5 million with the SEC, I mean, you're looking at a year and a half before you need a $5 million more at the very least, because they are going to try to drag it out.
Yeah, you're gonna need about 500, buddy.
Right.
But one thing I do want to point out, it is interesting that they're basically having an ICO to fight against ICO regulation.
Hilarious.
They're raising money in order to fight back. But this is something that I think will occur more as some of these bigger companies that had ICOs start to realize, hey, if they're going to keep using the Howey test, then there is no change in the crypto sphere, because they can basically apply it to anything dealing with what they call securities. And even though 5 million might not be enough, if KIK can basically start it off like, hey, we got the first 5 million, you might have some support from some of these other ICOs like Telegram, some of the people we know that are trying to actually fight back. And, you know, there's a dedicated website dubbed Defend Crypto. It's been set up to allow supporters to contribute to this fundraising effort. And it's not only in support of KIK, but many other crypto firms that could face the same potential action. So if these ICO companies get together and they're like, hey, we can't have ICOs anymore, but we can't have the SEC taking it from us, this should be an interesting fight.
And again, it's on their website, KIK even states, quote, after months of trying to find a reasonable solution, Ken has been unable to reach a settlement that wouldn't severely impact the Ken project and everyone in the space. So Ken is going to take on the SEC in court to make sure there is a foundation for innovation going forward. Again, this, I mean, I get it, and I'm for this, and I'm with it, but you're doing this because you lost.
Yeah.
This is your, like, why should I join in on your Hail Mary effort against the government?
Yeah, exactly.
When my efforts were at the beginning, before you even decide to run a play, to say, no, run your own plays. Don't work with the government to run your plays. But now that you actually try to work with them and it backfired, now you're like, okay, come on, I need all the help we can get, people. Like, no.
Told you not to trust them.
We told you not to trust them. And here's the first sentence on their website says, after months of trying to find a reasonable solution. No, you will not find a reasonable solution with especially the United States government. You don't have no money or no guns. That is the solution. Give me give me what you got. Like, that's the solution. Give me what you got, and we might let you operate. So for them even to try, for them to even put the time in to find a reasonable solution, there's only one reasonable solution with the U.S. government. Again, it's either a bunch of money or a bunch of guns. It's period. So they've been unable to reach a settlement that wouldn't severely impact the project and everyone in space again. So now they want to take them to court
for innovation tax,
right?
As what they call it.
Yeah. Again, I get it and I'm with it, but this is a slippery slope. This is a door that we forewarned people years ago not opening, and I feel like a lot of people, again, it was mostly people who already had money in the space. It's so unfortunate. There's a lot of professionals who came from different professions with a pocket full of money, and was like, yeah, let's bring on the regulations, let's bring on all that, because I can, worst case scenario, I can't lose all my money in this venture. But now, as we're starting to see, it's not smart.
Hey, KIK, you should have $5 million to spare. Right. I mean, honestly,
you got a successful business before this.
I'm not sending you no money. KIK, what are you talking about?
That's probably what the manager over their next department saying. Their operations like, no, you're not getting no more money for this project.
You, like, no more money.
You went down the crypto road, make it work.
Yeah, you make a GoFundMe.
Yeah, exactly. Do another ICO, another legal ICO that they're going to seize again before you can sue them. No.
Yeah.
Car racing crypto collectible sells for over $100,000 in Ether tokens.
Woo.
Wow. That is something we have continue to see is crypto collectibles are going to be a thing, but an elusive username 09E282.
That's probably an AI.
Right.
That's probably not even a user.
Has apparently paid over $113. I said that wrong. $113,000 worth of the cryptocurrency wrapped Ether. Okay, hold on. Was this a sponsored article that got snuck in?
Oh, man.
For a blockchain token tied to a Formula Virtual 1 race car. EtherScan shows the transaction is happening on May 27th at 6:49 UTC. Why this happened is still unclear, but it seems that someone wanted a totally buff virtual car for a game that GTP Planet notes is a, quote, unreleased, officially licensed Formula 1 game you have almost certainly never heard of. All right, so without going into more detail about all this low-key looks like a sponsored article that just
pretty
got
much,
us.
yeah. And they just want to try and prove how much it is.
This is what
this
this
elusive
is live.
user.
People, you know this show is live. I tell you, we find some interesting articles and we go over it on the spot.
This is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like this elusive user works for this company and they just bought a $113,000 car.
Right.
Make it seem like it would be worth something in the future. I don't know why it's collectible. I don't know why you would spend that much. But whenever somebody tries to bring up people buying Jordans or people buying other stuff,
that's true.
People are buying $113,000 worth of a virtual car.
I think I know who bought it.
And I don't know if they're going to have some sort of race, like Formula One online racing thing where the cars that you have, you can train them. I don't know, man.
Right.
But the long game here, I don't really see it. But $100K, oh man, good gracious.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
And that's why I think it's a bot. I think it's somebody's bot accidentally.
No, it's whoever the owner is of this project they're launching who wanted to rev up the marketing.
Yeah,
that's who did it. But regardless, if an actual game does come from this, it would be pretty cool because. Again, everything is going on the internet. People, if VR picks up, it will be all digital. So things like this article mentions 2017, the rise of crypto kitties, or whether it's a virtual car or virtual, athlete, whatever it is.
Memes.
If you can trade it, create it, customize it, add stuff on it, and then actually have it worth something or release worth something with the money or the value of the cryptocurrency you can use in real life or transfer it to real life purchases. I mean, we do have something.
Yeah,
we literally do have something. I mean, we are waiting for that environment where Pokemon would have been great for it. That whole thing with the Pokemon, I remember you talked about it before.
Yeah, the Poke cards.
Where it was like in real life, people were trying to catch Pokemon or something. What's that called?
I forget what they call it.
Right, but it's like a form of virtual reality or whatever type of
where
deal.
you can throw the ball and actually catch them. Yeah.
If you were catching that people and getting rewarded with crypto, could you imagine how big that would have been? If you could have earned Bitcoin from catching rare Pokemon with your phone. You know how people are walking around in trees and football stadiums?
People almost got hit by cars.
Exactly. If you were making actual money with that and saying, hey, I can catch this rare Pokemon and sell them today and then go buy groceries, what?
Yeah.
Mind blowing. So I think a game like that would actually come. And it's cool that the topic is starting to be broached by different companies. So
but I think this is the publicity they wanted, and this is what they got. Shout out to them.
All right. Other than that, what are we doing for the free cryptic coin today?
Oh yeah. So for the free cryptic coin, Bitcoin was just added to Microsoft Excel, and it's basically mainstream now. It's being used. What is the next cryptocurrency you think should be added to Microsoft Office? I'm sure there'll be more coming. Which one do you think should be added? Put your cryptic coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you.
There we go. A couple last quick ones. What's going on? Miss Cornbread21 said, I see you. Shannon Allen said, Tessa and others that won contest, be sure to link with Bitcoin Zay to send your new addresses. He mentioned Ryan Cooper, Leroy Forbes, Eric Brooks, PFC Wells, Clove, Achilles, Up South Studios, and A. Kent.
Yep, that's everybody whose addresses I've sent. Make sure you send the new one that's changed. I got Eric Brooks. I got Ryan Cooper so far.
Right, so that free crypto coin, make sure you put that. GoFlow, what's going on? GoFlow is an official troll. We love new trolls, so welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome. Chris also said, I'm in Canada. Thank you, America, for a lifetime of commerce and security. Life is wicked, accumulate and hold, for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
All right, and D. Chiron, as always, thanks for watching. We appreciate it as well. All right, other than that, folks, thanks for watching. That's our show for today. We will see you all tomorrow. And if you haven't already, make sure you start buying in because it looks like it is on the rise again. We shall see what happens next.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Have a good one.